GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com, yours truly, Pastor Kevin. Here doing what I love because I simply love what I am doing. And thank you guys so much for all of your love, care, concern, and support. And thank you so much for tuning in on this afternoon as promised. You know, I love this time. You know, every time I can have the opportunity to have someone stop by, kind of let us know what they're doing. Today is no different. We have one of our featured authors here joining us on this afternoon. And I tell you, I'm excited. He's excited. We're excited. I hope you are excited as well. James Norwine is here, right here on the number one station in the nation, GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. And, you know, I am just not going to prolong the hour, prolong the minute, prolong the second. I am going to go ahead and invite Mr. James into our broadcast. James, good afternoon. How are you doing, sir?
I am doing fantastic. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you and all your listeners.
Hey, you know what? We appreciate you being here. We thank God for you. And of course, we are always excited when individuals like yourself decide they want to stop by. For those of you that don't know, now you know James is one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network. Simply stop by our platform, gmap1.com. Click on the tab that is titled Featured Authors, okay? And of course, without a doubt, you will see a copy of James's book there in that area. I'm showing it to you on our screen right now. Glimpses in the rear view mirror. All you have to do is click on it. It will take you to the necessary location. Find out more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication. James, you know, I got to do first things first. I want you to come on board and, you know, simply introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. Who is James Norwine?
Well, yes, sir. I am from Fort Worth, Texas. I've been married for 44 years to one lovely lady and three great children and six great grandchildren. So life has been good, but we have more children than that. We had a college and career class. The wife and I helped sponsor several years ago, and we have developed adopted kids that call us their parents, and their children even call us grandparents. So, and that's kind of how the book came about, you know, the mentoring of young adults.
Wow. Well, you know, I got to hear a little bit more in detail about that because I'm excited for you. I'm excited for all of the individuals that are going to be showing their support. I want you to break down. Tell us a little bit about the publication. I'm Glimpses in the Rear View Mirror. Why don't you break that down a little bit for us?
Yes, sir. Well, it actually, there's kind of two stories involved. The book actually starts, if you're reading the end of the story of Robert's life. And Robert was a caregiver for John. And you find out that John was very angry with church and God and his parents because they left to be missionaries. But unfortunately, it comes to a tragic end for his caregiver. But that's also the beginning of John's life. And so you hear about how he meets a young lady, they get married, and they take over an orphanage. But in the process of doing that, there's a lot of events that has to occur. But after they take over the orphanage, the questions that you've had during reading the first part of what happened to his parents? How did Robert get to that point? And that's when you find out, because you find out Robert's past. And his past is not the sweetest past. Grew
Mm.
up in the slums of Chicago. His dad ran off and left him and his mom there. And so he was roaming the streets. And fortunately, there was a church nearby that a lot of the men felt that it was important to mentor to the young boys. And they had been mentoring this teenager boy for a period of time. And then they told him that he needed to take someone under his wing. And that's where Robert gets involved. He takes Robert, he's probably 9, 10 years old, and he mentors him. But
Mm.
unfortunately, you know, things changed. Robert
Yeah.
ended up moving with his mom. They went to a totally different town. And then unfortunately, he ends up in jail.
Mm. Wow.
And now you think, well, how is God going to use this? Well, God was in the beginning using that teenage boy to mentor him when he was young. That's where it all began.
Right.
And
Wow.
then there's other mentors that he meets, and they get him back on the right track. And then because of some, God um provided a opportunity for Robert, and an opportunity that you would have never thought would happen.
Hmm.
And he keeps that opportunity, and that opportunity was to mentor John.
Right.
And so Robert never forgot where his uh, where he came from, what he believed in, and he stayed true to his faith all the way
Mm.
up to his death. And that is eventually what ended up converting John to see how much God did love him and how
Yeah.
much he needed to accept Christ,
Wow.
uh, despite the anger that he had, because he
Yeah.
just Robert lived the life.
Hmm.
But the moral of the whole story is that it's so important. We as believers, our job is to mentor and make disciples.
Right. Right. Wow.
He
Yeah.
says, go and tell and train up disciples. And that's
Yep.
our job.
Yep. Yep. Make
And too many
disciples.
of us don't do it.
Right. Oh, well, that's I tell you, that's a whole nother conversation right there.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. Now, is this actually a follow up to something that you previously written, or is this your first publication that you've released?
This is my first
Uh
publication.
huh.
This story came to me about 15 years ago. I wrote it, and it wasn't very good. And so I just kind of sat on the shelves. And about 2.5 years ago, God said it's time to get it out,
Uh huh.
rewrite it, depth in your make it come off the pages with the things and the descriptions.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've done.
Yeah. Wow. Well, yeah, well, you're breaking up a little bit. Seems like I don't know, you're kind of going out just a little bit, but we are getting the intimate details. And of course, we have to find out now when you look back over the process, James, and you see where it all began to actually where you are now. And of course, that's here on GMAP. You look back over the process, the good, bad, the right, wrong, the ups and downs. Where do you see yourself going from here? What's next for James Norwine as an author?
Well, that's a very good question. I have two other ideas that I thought about going after. One of them's a really unique idea. It happened the month and the year and month before COVID took over our country. And I was sitting in the car, and the Lord says, here's a story for you. It's about a vaccine. And this vaccine heals people. And so everybody wants it, but they didn't know that there's an enzyme in there that these individuals that were able to turn on and off if they felt you were a threat to them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Wow.
so this, and then the church gets involved and fights to try to not have them have that ability.
Yeah.
But they learned that sometimes just going after people angrily doesn't solve any problems. Sometimes you have to get involved politically
Right.
to solve problems.
Right.
So that's another story idea. Um, but I'm hoping that a couple of the ideas that I have will come about.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
know it will.
it takes me time. This is something that I grew up being told I would not be able to accomplish,
Wow.
unfortunately, through teachers, and because I can't spell. But guess what? We have programs now that take care of
That's
that.
right. That's right.
And
That's
I
right.
take advantage of every one of them.
I know that. You know what? I tell you, I can get started. That's a whole nother story too. But I tell you, that's so very true. I mean, there's so many opportunities and resources out there now that could help you, guide you, and lead you along the way for any and almost any and everything that you're doing. And of course, we appreciate the fact that you stepped up and stepped out on faith and allowed the journey to begin and, of course, continue. Once again, James is one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. Simply stop by our platform and, of course, click on the tab that is titled Featured Authors. You will see a copy of the publication I'm currently showing you on our screen, Glimpses in the Rear View Mirror. click on that cover and it'll take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication. Now, James, if someone wanted to show their love, care, concern, and support and share this with as many people as possible, what's the process? How can your book be purchased?
Well, it is on Amazon. It can be purchased as a paperback, or you can purchase it through Kindle and read it on your computer or laptop. That is one way. I also have a Facebook page by the name of the book, Glimpses in the Rearview Mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to connect to it and respond. And if you need to directly speak with me, that would be the best way,
Mm-hmm.
and through Messenger. And then I will get back with you.
Well, you jumped on me that time because, of course, I was going to ask, how is it that you can be contacted if someone wanted to reach out and touch base with you on a more individual basis? And if you want to repeat that for me one more time, why don't you do so?
Yes, I have a Facebook page by the name of Glimpses in the Rearview Mirror, and I monitor that and I get messages from that. And usually, in fact, that's how you contacted me and we got connected ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I returned the call, and great things are happening now.
Absolutely.
So that is a way that they can reach out to me, and then from there I can respond and follow up with any questions
Oh,
or
my
any
goodness. That's
comments
awesome.
they may have.
And of course, we are once again going to encourage you to show your love, care, concern, and support. Purchase a copy, Glimpses in the Rear View Mirror. And when you do so, I got to add this. When you do so, please go back and leave a review. Please leave a review. I'm sure that James will appreciate it. Amazon will appreciate it. I'll appreciate it. And some of the individuals on the outside looking in, they'll appreciate it as well. You know, we want to know what you think, how you feel. And of course, we want you to continue to show your support and share it with others. So please don't forget, when you show your support, purchase a copy. Please go back and leave a review. And of course, James, we know that you have our number, and we want you to use it while you're on this journey. Pick up the phone, give me a call. Don't text, don't chat, don't tweet. Call me, call me, and let me know what it is that we can do to continue to assist you in any way, shape, form, or fashion that's possible. And I want you to know that when you do so, the answer will always be yes, and you will never have to ask me twice, okay?
Sounds great.
Hey, I appreciate you being here. And of course, we're going to continue to reach out and touch base with you. We're going to continue to inform the viewers and listeners around the world any upcoming events that you may have, a book signing, another book release, and so on. We're going to continue to do that as well. We're going to be here to be one of those avenues that you can utilize as much and as often as possible. So please don't forget, don't hesitate. Give me a call and let me know what it is that we can do to continue to assist you while you're on this journey. And I'm going to just move over for 1 second before I let you go. And I'm just going to let you speak one more time to the viewers and listeners around the world. We want them to know what they can take away from your new publication. We want them to know that you feel deep in your heart and in your spirit that they should show their support and purchase a copy. So I'm going to move over and I'm going to say, James H. Norwine, GMAP featured author, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Yeah, I like to describe our lives as believers as we're all pieces in a jigsaw puzzle. Some of the pieces are big, some are small, and every piece, though, plays a part in God's masterpiece and his plan for us. And it's very important that we don't think that, that conversation that you're going to have with somebody, or that comment, or the time you spend is unimportant, because it isn't. It's very important, and it changes lives. That's what changed my life. Having a young man decided he was going to take me under his wing because I was depressed and lonely and didn't want to be living in this world. And he took the time to give me hope and give me a reason. And then I've had other men since then. So it's just people believing in you, and that takes us believing in others. And that's what the story's about. And that's what I want people to come out going, I do need to be mentoring somebody. Who can I touch base with? Who can I help? And one thing you have to keep in mind, you may never see the results, but
Mm,
God sees it
that's right.
and He knows what the plan is. Our
Wow.
job is to be obedient, not to produce it.
Amen. Wow. Well, I couldn't have said it better myself, and I appreciate that. And I'm sure there are so many around the world who's appreciating as well. Don't forget to show your love, care, concern, and support. Purchase a copy, share a copy, leave a review when you do. And of course, don't forget, stop by GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. Click on the tab titled Featured Authors. You'll see a copy of that publication. This one here I'm showing you on the screen, glimpses in the rear view mirror, author James H. Norwine. And of course, we want you to show your support. And of course, we're going to keep people informed. James, I want to thank you so much for just taking a few minutes out of your time on today, being here, letting us know what's going on, and continue. Keep us posted. Let us know what you're doing, when you're doing it, where you're doing it, all that great stuff. And we're going to try everything in our power to make sure we can inform the people as such, okay?
I appreciate that very much. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. And also, I just want to make it publicly known. I really appreciate you accepting the invitation to be a part of our broadcast network family as one of our featured authors, all right?
You're welcome. Thank you, sir.
God bless you, James. I want you to have a fantabulous rest of your afternoon. Continue to be blessed and be a blessing. Look forward to talking to you soon. God bless you. You take care.
All right. Bye bye.